Good evening. It's Saturday. It's 6 o'clock and welcome to our weekly news programme, and thank you for joining me tonight. And in the news this week, English Tourism Week it is. It started yesterday, and Visit Dorset, Dorset Council's tourism team, is encouraging everyone to make the most of what our fantastic county has on offer. The theme of this year's national event is celebrating amazing experiences and amazing people. And the Visit Dorset team are doing just that, celebrating all the wonderful people working in Dorset's tourism sector and the way they ensure visitors have an amazing experience and add to the vibrancy of our local communities. Dorset Council says there is a lot to celebrate, from great local food producers, cafes, places to stay, attractions and things to do. Dorset offers some truly unforgettable experiences, and tourism in Dorset is important. It boosts the economy and brings vitality to urban, rural and coastal communities. It enhances the quality of life for our local residents, contributing £1.8 billion to the local economy, supporting over 40,000 jobs, and highlights our culture and unique natural attractions. That's Tourism Week that started yesterday. Public Health Dorset is inviting residents to have a check on their cardiovascular health by relaunching the NHS Health Check programme, and that will start again on the 1st of April. The NHS Health Check is a free checkup of your cardiovascular health. It can tell you whether you're a higher risk of getting certain health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, kidney disease or a stroke. This screening programme is targeted at the 40 to 74 age group. As evidence shows, this is the best time to spot early signs of stroke, kidney disease and heart disease. Residents can get advice about their potential risks to help them make effective, positive behaviour changes to reduce their risks in the future. Residents will be invited to have a health check by a GP or pharmacy. Eligible residents are invited once every 5 years, so not all eligible residents will be invited at the same time. The aim of the programme is to invite those at most risk of developing cardiovascular disease as a priority. And what you need to do is wait until you get that invite either by letter or email from the NHS. For more information about the scheme, you can visit Google and search for NHS Health Checks Public Health Dorset, and you will find some information about it there on the internet. Now, Weymouth and Portland Lions Club have donated £1,000 towards a beach wheelchair for Weymouth Beach. The wheelchair will provide those with restricted mobility the opportunity to be able to go down to the water's edge at Weymouth award-winning beach. Weymouth Town Council already has 2 beach wheelchairs which are made available to the public to use for free, and this donation will help towards the cost of buying a new chair once the rest of the funding is secured. Lions Club, don't get the Rotary and the Lions mixed up. Lions Club Vice President Ryan Hope said, "I'm delighted that the Weymouth and Portland Lions Club has been able to donate £1,000 which will help towards a new beach wheelchair. This will provide those with restricted mobility access to the beach front." If any other local communities or clubs would like to donate towards the cost of this new beach wheelchair, or if you have any questions regarding the beach wheelchairs, you can get in touch with the appropriate contact at Weymouth Town Council on the following email: resort, R-E-S-O-R-T, resort at weymouthtown.council.gov.uk. Now, a rescheduled date has been confirmed for the planning meeting for the waste incinerator on Portland. People will be very familiar with this story, which has been ongoing for some time, and previous planning meetings being postponed. The planning application from Powerful Portland Limited for the construction of an energy recovery facility will be considered by Dorset Council's Strategic and Technical Planning Committee on Friday the 24th of March. That's this Friday coming. Live video coverage of the meeting will be streamed via the Dorset Council website and their YouTube channel. A recording of the meeting will also be made available as soon as proceedings have concluded. Now, there are limited places to attend the planning meeting, and if you wish to speak, again, you have to submit questions and book to be there. If you wish to go there, either ring the Dorset Council main number or search on Google Dorset Council Planning Committee and follow the appropriate links to book your space at that meeting. It's liable to be quite a busy meeting, a lot of local interest in that, so do book early and do get those questions in. Now, Weymouth Community Expo is to return for a second year, following on from the success of last year's first event. The Expo will return in May. The event is an alternative to the Council's annual town meeting, highlighting the work of voluntary and community groups in the town, and it also provides an opportunity for residents and visitors to find out more about council services and projects and how you can get more involved in the decision making process. If you are a local charity or community group who would like to take part and run a stall at the free event, then Weymouth Town Council would love to hear from you. At last year's event, there were around 30 stalls from local organisations who also took part in the expo. Now, the event will run from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday the 20th of May, and the stalls will be located at the Jubilee Clock in Weymouth. Now, if you're an organisation or you represent an organisation that would like to take part, then please do get in touch with Weymouth Town Council, and the email for that is events, E-V-E-N-T-S, at weymouthtown.council.gov.uk, and put that date, 20th of May, in your diary if you'd like to go along to that Weymouth Town Council Expo at the Jubilee Clock, starting at 11 a.m. Now, local charities and organisations can apply for grants of up to £350 to put on community picnics, flower shows, art projects, exhibitions or displays to celebrate the King's coronation. A £3,500 grant pot is available to support charity and community groups, not-for-profit organisations and schools to celebrate the King's coronation in Weymouth. A maximum of £350 would be available to any one group to meet the costs of community events over the special bank holiday weekend, Saturday the 6th, 7th and Monday the 8th of May. If you require any advice or guidance, Weymouth Town Council are there to help. Their telephone number for this is 01305 239 839. That's 01305 239 839. Or the email is office@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk. weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk, office@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk. Now, you can download forms from their website to apply for these grants, and completed forms need to be back at Weymouth Town Council by Monday the 3rd of April. They can be emailed into that address, or they can be posted to Weymouth Town Council, Council Offices, Commercial Road, Weymouth, DT4 8NG. Okay, bear with me, there we go. Okay, firefighters attending an incident in Weymouth last Wednesday were unable to get their vehicle through due to a car parked on WO lines in Gloucester Mews, and you can see that on the picture. As a result, the fire service has asked people to park considerately and to ensure space is left for emergency vehicles to get through. A statement from the service said Weymouth firefighters today, when responding to an incident, got stuck behind somebody irresponsibly parking on double yellow lines. Can we ask members of the public to consider where they park their cars, please? Double yellow lines are there for a reason. The fire station's smallest appliance needs a minimum of 3 metres. That's the width of 2 cars to get through safely. The fire service has also asked drivers to pull in your wing mirrors, and don't forget to flip them out again, of course, before driving off. Don't park too close to corners. Fire engines are larger than cars and need more room to turn. Make sure your make sure your wheels are straight and not sticking out. Park as close to the curb as you can. Always follow the highway code and obey the road markings such as yellow lines and box junctions. And in narrow streets, only park on one side of the road where possible. And also, of course, make sure you park responsibly enough to allow pedestrians to pass on the pavement. And finally, don't block people's driveways. That's all from the fire service. And of course, that applies to all the emergency services, the ambulance service, the fire service. You know, when they are trying to get to an emergency, we really do want them to be able to get through and not to be blocked. And certainly in Wyke, Regis, where I'm based, we've got some very narrow roads, roads like Galway Road, where it can be quite difficult for fire engines to get through. So park responsibly and do ensure those vehicles can get through when we need them to. Now, this year, King Charles III will be using his coronation to shine a spotlight on the importance and benefits of volunteering, hoping to harness community spirit and inspire people to lend a hand and make a difference. The Big Help Out will launch on the Coronation Bank Holiday Monday, that's the 8th of May, with a National Day of Volunteering and Community Action. This will then continue to build throughout the year, celebrating volunteering and the difference we can all make, big or small. The Big Help Out will be launched to rebuild a culture of volunteering when thousands of community groups and charities nationally. Now, Volunteer Centre Dorset are the centre of this campaign for Dorset and will be supporting these organisations and anyone who wants to step up and help out. They already have hundreds of volunteering opportunities ready now for anyone who would like to do one-off tasks, help at events, or wants something regular in terms of a volunteering commitment. The variety and flexibility of roles means there is literally something for everyone, regardless of ability, skills, location or time commitment. It's a really good organisation, Volunteering Dorset, an organisation that I've had some dealings with, and they do wonders for lots of voluntary organisations across Dorset. They also provide training for their volunteers and support as well. Now, Marie Waterman, who's the Chief Executive at Volunteer Centre Dorset, said, "Imagine if every person aged 14 and over in Dorset made a pledge to volunteer for even just 1 hour. We would have a contribution of 326,057 hours of help, skills and kindness to support our community. Together we could make a massive difference. We need as many people as possible to get involved, and this includes volunteering in local charities, sports clubs, youth clubs, befriending trustees of charities, fundraising, social action, or helping out with one-off tasks as a community volunteer, like many of us did during the pandemic." Now, the benefits of volunteering cannot be understated for everyone participating, including improving mental and physical health, making social connections, finding new friends, learning new skills, or helping make a difference to a cause close to your heart. Now, if you want to find out more about volunteering opportunities within your community and across Dorset, whether it's events or activities or one-off or even the coronation weekend and beyond, visit www.volunteeringdorset.org.uk. That's www.volunteeringdorset.org.uk. Now, Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance is excited to announce the return of its Open Gardens initiative this year, running all year round with a spring-summer theme taking place from April to September and an autumn-winter theme taking place from October to March. The charity's Open Gardens initiative aims to bring local communities across Dorset and Somerset together to celebrate the wonderful garden spread across both counties, whilst raising awareness and funds for Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance. No matter the size of the garden or whether they are in pristine condition or wild, the charity is inviting everyone to get involved and to spend time outdoors as a great way to promote health and well-being within their local community. Whether people decide to open their garden to members of the public to have a look and a walk round, or plan to hold an afternoon event with a cream tea or a barbecue alongside, the initiative provides a fantastic opportunity for people to hold a special event within their local community in aid of Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance. Emma Jones, who is Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance's fundraising manager, said, "We are delighted to be running our Open Gardens initiative for the second year in a row and would love people to support us by opening their gardens, raise funds and awareness for our life-saving service. Whatever people decide to do, our team will fully support these generous people by providing all that they need to make their Open Garden event a blooming success." To find out more information or to sign up, pop along to the Dorset and Somerset Air Ambulance website at www.dsairambulance.org.uk/open-gardens. That's www.dsairambulance.org.uk/open-gardens. Now, Dorset Museum has announced that it's acquired a rare gold and rock crystal pendant dating back to the 6th or 7th century. The pendant was found in 2019 by metal detectorists Charles Bullock and Stuart Robinson near Milton Abbas in Dorset. After the finders reported the find to the Dorset Council Fines Liaison Officer, the pendant was declared treasure and valued at £10,000. Dorset Museum was then offered the opportunity to purchase the pendant. The pendant is of a type unknown in Dorset and rare elsewhere. No exact parallel could be found by specialists at the British Museum. The composite construction is unusual, with echoes of manufacturing methods spanning the late Roman and early medieval periods. Objects of this period are very rare in Dorset, which lay to the west of a probable line of contact between the western British kingdoms and people to the east who introduced and adapted more Germanic styles, modes of dress and objects. A finely made and beautiful object, the pendant is subtriangular in form and consists of a gold frame that encloses a slightly biconvex piece of rock crystal. The frame is constructed from a gold sheet with rectangular strips along each upper edge and a subtriangular sheets on the front and back with an aperture cut to house the rock crystal itself. The gold frame is decorated with strands of gold beaded wire. Now, I couldn't show you a picture of this because the only picture I could find was protected by copyright, and I was unable to contact the owner of the copyright, so I do apologise that. The unusual and special object was probably worn by someone of high status who had connections far beyond the place where it was found. These type of objects often come from graves, and it's possible that it originally was part of a burial but displaced over the centuries by agriculture. The Fines Liaison for Dorset Council said this exceptional object was reported by the finders as potential treasure through the British Museum's Portable Antiquity Scheme, and it's important that Dorset Museum was able to acquire it as a result of the process. Now, the coroner for Dorset is asking for our assistance and wanting to know if anybody knows of the next of kin of a man who lived in Weymouth. Derek Leonard Young, who was 57 years old, died at his home address in Broadway Close on Tuesday the 14th of March. His death is not being treated as suspicious and no police investigation is needed. The coroner's officer, Tracy Jean, said, "We are not treating the death as suspicious. However, we have not been able to locate his next of kin. If any member of the public has any knowledge of his family members, please do contact the coroner's officer as soon as possible on 01202 123 900. That's 01202 123 900. And that is anyone who knows of the next of kin, or in fact any family member would be a help, of Derek Leonard Young, who was 57 years old and died at his home address in Broadway Close in Weymouth. And finally, face your eight-legged fears. London Zoo has begun a nationwide search for the UK's 30 most frightened arachnophobes to celebrate 30 years of the zoo's Friendly Spider programme. This was launched this week on National Save a Spider Day. Did you know it was National Save a Spider Day on the 14th of March? Well, there you go, it was. Now, I've put a nice friendly cartoon spider up on the screen rather than a picture of a tarantula or anything, because I know some people just get quite frightened by spiders, and it can send them all of a bit of a quiver. So we've put a cartoon spider up for you today. Now, is your fear of spiders ruining your life? Maybe you're an expectant parent not wanting to pass your fear on to a child, or a student about to leave home unable to cope with the thought of facing arachnids alone. Perhaps your whole family is ruled by fright. If your fear of our eight-legged friends verges on the extreme, London Zoo wants to hear from you. To celebrate 30 years of its successful Friendly Spider programme, the Conservation Zoo is searching for the 30 most terrified arachnophobes in the UK to face their fears during a special anniversary event this May. The programme's famous for converting bug squishers into spider lovers, and it's helped more than 5,000 arachnophobes travelling from as far afield as America and Australia to take part in their programme, with a massive and impressive 99% success rate. London Zoo's Friendly Spider Programme course leader Dave Clark said, "For 3 decades we've made it our mission to squash myths about our 8-legged friend and to help people overcome their fear of spiders as part of a Zoological Society of London's work protecting species in the UK and across the world. So if you think you're one of the 30 most frightened arachnophobes in the UK, get in touch and tell us how your fear affects you. The zoo wants to help." So, the Friendly Spider Programme's Fear Busting celebration will be on the 27th of May at London Zoo. And if you want to learn more about it, and if you think you might be one of those 30 and get one of those 30 places, head over to the London Zoo website, and the page you're looking for is www.londonzoo.org/friendly. www.londonzoo.org/friendly. And applications close at midnight on the 3rd of April. There we go. That's the end of our headlines tonight. Now, this week, Dorset Council have announced that they have launched a new service for the deaf and the deaf community. The council have partnered with Sign Video, enabling the deaf and deaf community to communicate with the council using British Sign Language. Deaf and deaf people can now communicate independently with the council in real time via a British Sign Language interpreter when contacting them online or in person. Sign Video is an online video interpreting service that connects users with a qualified British Sign Language interpreter and relays their query to a customer advisor. Sign Video can be accessed on a smartphone or a tablet using the Sign Video app, or on a computer when visiting any one of Dorset Council's customer counters. Users will first need to set up an account, and once signed in, then select Dorset Council from a directory. They will then be connected to a British Sign Language interpreter who will translate their query to one of the Dorset Council customer advisors. Let's see just a little bit about this new service now.
Hello, my name is Laura, Councillor Laura Beddoe, and I'm the Cabinet Member for Culture, Communities and Customer Services here at Dorset Council. Dorset Council's really trying really hard to be a customer-focused organisation. It really is all about you guys, and to that end, we're introducing Sign Video capability at our customer access points. And what this means is that when you're using Sign Video, it works the same way as any other interaction. You would be connected through video link to a qualified British Sign Language interpreter who would then liaise with you and our customer services assistant to hopefully help resolve your query. To find out more about Sign Video, you can download the Sign Video app from the App Store. You can pop to our website, www.dorsetcouncil.gov.uk/contact us, or you can pop into any of our customer access points. Thank you.
There we go. So that's Sign Video, the service introduced to help people who are deaf or part of the deaf community to communicate with Dorset Council and their customer advisors. Now, it's free. It's available online Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. That's just for regular sorts of things, and it can even be used for emergency calls outside of these hours. Sign Video is also available at Dorset Council's customer access points, where a member of the team will connect you to an interpreter. So do pop along to their website, www.dorsetcouncil.gov.uk/contact-us for more details. That's good news, obviously, for those people who rely on British Sign Language to communicate. Now, this week we have learned that another defibrillator has been installed in Weymouth, this time on the south side of the harbour at Pilgrim House. The defibrillator increases the number of public access defibrillators available locally that can be called on if someone close by has a cardiac arrest. Now, the ceremony was a bittersweet occasion, as the device was put in place in tribute to a stalwart of Weymouth Rotary, Andrew Price, who sadly I knew personally, who passed away suddenly in June 2020 following a cardiac arrest. Dave Langridge, who is president of Weymouth Rotary and a trustee of Pilgrim House, led the event at Pilgrim House on Hope Square with Mrs. Mr. Price's wife Pam Price, and you can see David and Pam in the picture. They unveiled the defibrillator unit and a plaque in memory of Andrew. Speaking during the ceremony, David said Weymouth Rotary and others, including Andrew's family, raised funds in his name after he passed away. With those funds that we and others raised, we felt putting a defib unit on the Pilgrim House building seemed a fitting tribute, and hopefully it will help save lives in the future if anyone suffers a heart attack in the harbour area. We thought it was useful reflecting on what a defib or AED does, and I've got a little bit of video to explain what that is all about from the British Heart Foundation. So this next bit of video explaining what a defib or AED does comes courtesy of the British Heart Foundation.
This is a defibrillator. It can save someone's life, but only if you use it. A defibrillator is an easy-to-use device. You don't need any training to use it because it will tell you exactly what to do.
Shock advised.
Its job is to shock someone's heart back into a normal rhythm during cardiac arrest. However, it will only instruct you to deliver a shock if this is needed. If you find someone unconscious, unresponsive and not breathing, or not breathing normally, they're in cardiac arrest. It's important to act immediately because their heart is no longer pumping blood to their brain and around the body. The first thing to do is call 999 and start CPR. The emergency operator will talk you through what to do and tell you where the nearest defibrillator can be found. If there's someone else around, ask them to go and get it. Defibrillators are normally located in workplaces and public spaces like airports, shopping centres, community centres and train stations. They may be labelled PAD, Public Access Defibrillator, or AED, Automated External Defibrillator, and anyone can use them in an emergency. The defibrillator will assess their heart rhythm and will only tell you to shock them if they need it.
Shock advised.
So you can't do any harm by using one. If a shock is needed, this will try and reset the electrical system in their heart to get it beating normally again. When used with CPR, defibrillators give the best chance of survival. So, when you witness someone in cardiac arrest, take action. Start CPR and find a defibrillator as soon as possible. For more information on defibrillators, visit bhf.org.uk/defibs. BHF. Beat heartbreak from cardiac arrest. Beat heartbreak forever.
There we go. So that's just a video on defibrillators or AEDs or PADs, public access defibrillators from the British Heart Foundation. And if you are a community group and you're looking to do something of real value to the community, getting a defibrillator in your area, if there isn't one, can be a real benefit to the community and can literally save lives. Now, I know a lot of people worry about how they're going to get access to these and know where they are. What happens is when you ring that 999 call to the ambulance service and they ask your postcode or where you are, they will know if there's a defibrillator within 100 metres and they will send you to get it. They will tell you where it is and how to find it, and they will give you the code on the box. So you don't necessarily need to worry about where they are. You will be given instructions if you need one in the event of emergency. And also, following on with the same theme, we've learned this week that South Western Railways is to install publicly accessible automated external defibrillators at all 154 of its staff stations on its network. So that's good news as well. The train operator, which is one of the largest in the country, with stations across the southwest, London, Surrey, Hampshire, Berkshire, Dorset, Wiltshire, Somerset and Devon, is investing over £500,000 in the project as part of its commitment to safety and serving its local communities. The defibrillators will be placed in a protective cabinet as close as possible to the front entrance of stations to be used day or night in the event of a cardiac incident at or near the stations. The British Heart Foundation estimates that there are around 30,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests every year in the United Kingdom, and tragically less than 1 in 10 people currently survive. If we can get the availability of defibrillators up and we can teach people CPR, then a lot more people will survive. Now, during a cardiac arrest, every minute counts. The immediate use of CPR and defibrillators can double the chance of survival. Expanding the availability of these machines can therefore literally be life-saving. Now, if you want to know any more about defibrillators or CPR or training, do drop us a line at news@wykeregis.tv, and we'll make sure that you get that information and some support in respect of that. Now we come to that part of our programme where we go over to our regular contributor Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to Wyke Regis TV Film Review and Preview. I'm Andrew Wright. Last weekend, the 95th Academy Awards was held in Hollywood, California, with fan favourite absurdist multiverse picture Everything Everywhere All at Once winning 7 awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor and Actress, and Best Original Screenplay. This was a massive part of the awards season due to how unpredictable the awards season has been thus far. Brendan Fraser also claimed Best Actor for his role in drama film The Whale. This concludes the awards season for the best films of 2022, one which was vastly unpredictable and could have gone very differently. For a full list of winners, check out news sites, Wikipedia, and the official Oscars website. Last weekend, Luther, The Fallen Sun, released on Netflix. The film serves as a continuation to the BBC television series of the same name, starring Idris Elba, with the film revolving around Elba's titular but brilliant disgraced DCI John Luther, forced to escape from prison when he gets taunted by a new serial killer who engages in blackmail. Now, I watched the film due to having enjoyed the TV show, and I have to say that the film being made for Netflix really made it darker than the TV show was. The directing was pretty decent considering it was director Jamie Payne's first feature film, and Idris Elba's good in the lead role. However, I felt that the script struggled in places, and Andy Serkis was completely miscast as the villain. Overall, I did feel like this is a worthwhile addition to Luther's case files, even if this film doesn't appeal to the average film viewer, so I gave this film 3 stars out of 5. This weekend, Shazam! Fury of the Gods releases in cinemas as the 12th installment of the DC Extended Universe and as a sequel to the 2019 Shazam film. The film stars Zachary Levi as the adult form of lead character, teenage Billy Batson, who transforms into an adult superhero by saying Shazam alongside his fellow foster siblings. The film notably also stars actresses Dame Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler as the villains, the daughters of the Greek god Atlas, who seeks the Shazam family's powers to awaken an ancient weapon. The film so far is receiving just under 70% positive reviews, amidst uncertainty surrounding Zachary Levi and his character's future in the rebooted DC universe, shepherded by a writer and director James Gunn, who is a CEO of DC Studios. Speculation on this will continue until they can gauge how well the film will perform. However, some good news is that for the DC universe is that Gunn has confirmed that he will direct the Superman reboot that he is writing that will launch his new DC universe. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will review Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and I will preview John Wick Chapter 4. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much, Andrew, for that. And now it's time to go over to the Met Office for the weekend national weather forecast. And this week, I believe, we are joined by Jonathan Portree.
Hello there. Saturday marks the spring equinox where day and night are almost identical in length. And for those of you heading outside to enjoy your 12 hours of daylight, it will be another day of catching rainbows. We got this wonderful shot in yesterday from Stockingford in Warwickshire. Wonderful rainbow caught in a shower with a sunny interval just ahead of it. And there'll be similar opportunities for shots like that as we move throughout Saturday. Some heavy showers building up across areas of England and Wales, some hail in the mixture along with the odd rumble of thunder as well. Some slightly longer spells of rain and cloudier skies across the far southeast, but also this more persistent band moving across Scotland, the Isle of Man, will clear its way off through Northern Ireland later on in the afternoon, so some brighter intervals developing here. And where you do catch one of those sunnier intervals, it will feel relatively pleasant. Highs between 12 degrees in Scotland, but also putting up to 15 degrees across some central areas of England. As we move into the overnight period, this band will continue to shift its way eastwards and will provide some slightly breezy conditions across northern coast of Scotland for a time. Elsewhere, though, those showers will gradually begin to fade their way off away from the very far southeast, allowing some clearer intervals to develop. I'll just allow temperatures to drop off a bit more. Townsend City is still holding up in mid-single figures, but there is the possibility that across local parts of Northern Ireland, rural parts of Scotland, we just see a little frost develop. That does bring the risk of some icy stretches first thing on Sunday morning for parts of Scotland, particularly as we see some sleet showers persisting, but for many of us it will start off on a dry note and a good number of sunny intervals coming through. Some cloud just lingering across the far southeast of England and a few showers still possible here, but it's Northern Ireland where certainly you should make the most of the sunny intervals in the morning because the cloud is going to build into the afternoon as this rain begins to sweep in and the breeze begins to strengthen. So not quite feeling as pleasant in the afternoon here, but where you hold on to the sunshine across areas of England and Wales will still reach those highs of 12, 14 degrees Celsius. No, not quite as high as Saturday, but still feeling spring-like nonetheless. Southeastern areas of England will hold on to the drier and clearer skies as we move into the evening, but that rain is going to start pushing its way across areas of Scotland and northern England, actually turning wintry over the hills of Scotland as well. And that signals a change to some slightly more unsettled weather as we move into the start of the new working week. So further outbreaks of rain and showers at times for pretty much all of us as we move throughout Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures will generally be holding up in the mild theme, reaching double-digit figures, but it will just turn a bit breezier as we move towards Wednesday, and that will just take an edge off the feel of things. Otherwise, you can keep up to date with the full forecast for the forthcoming week by following us on all of our social media channels, and of course we'll see you again here on the app, on the website and on YouTube very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much there, Jonathan, for the weekend weather forecast. And now looking at the weather for the locality for the week ahead. This is what we've got. So it's going to be milder by the looks of it, with some sunny spells and some rain. Wednesday looks like it will be heavy rain on Wednesday. So there we go, that's the week ahead. So make the most of tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be dry and sunny spells and quite mild. So get some gardening in tomorrow if that's what you want to do, because I think it's going to be wet the rest of the week. Won't it be nice when it warms up a bit and we have days like we've had today and a couple of days ago where the sun's out and it's nice and warm and the windows open. But we will soon be like that, I think. I think we're going to have a really warm summer again. I just have that feeling. Right, moving to our What's On section. Weymouth Pavilion, tomorrow, Sunday night comedy with Andy Parsons. 22nd of March, Dreamcoat Stars. 23rd of March, Lost in Music. 24th of March, Jimmy Carr, Terribly Funny. 25th of March, Elvis Years. And then 28th and 29th of March, we've got the Ukrainian National Opera doing Madame Butterfly on the 28th and Carmen on the 29th. Tickets are available on weymouthpavilion.com or by phoning the box office 01305 783 225. Turning to the Knowth Fort. As part of British Science Week, the Fort on the seafront in Weymouth will be hosting the day, which will include exciting hair-raising and fascinating demonstrations. This is their science day at the Knowth Fort tomorrow. Demos include learning about static, crazy chemicals, the science of art, digging for fossils, as well as performance by Kinetic Kate. and will take place throughout the day, offering an immersive experience for all. Sessions take place at 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. And that is tomorrow at the Noth Fort, Sunday the 19th of March, 10:30 through to 4 p.m. Now, information and tickets are available for the event online at the Noth Fort, so that's at nothfort.org.uk, and then obviously look for the event and the bookings. The event is part of the general admission and annual pass owners as well. Now, Abbotsbury Swanery. If you fancy a trip to Abbotsbury Swanery this weekend, mums go free all weekend. So there we go. If you want to take your mum somewhere tomorrow, if it's a nice day, Abbotsbury Swanery is well worth considering. Now, the Oily Rag Breakfast Club will be held on Sunday, April the 2nd from 9 a.m. at the cafe at Weymouth Football Club. And what is the Oily Rag Breakfast Club? Well, it's obviously at the cafe, that's why it's called the Breakfast Club, but it's for custom cars, classic cars, modified cars and trucks, bikes and scooters, and anything unusual. So it's for car and bike enthusiasts that have got something a little bit different. Now, entry is £2 per vehicle, and entry for the general public, if you just want to go along and have a look, is free. So that was Sunday, was that Sunday or Saturday? Sunday, April the 2nd from 9 a.m. at the Weymouth Football Stadium. Now, turning to Arts Reach, Cartoon Jazz is on this coming week, and that is the music of cartoons played by a jazz group. So things like Yabba Dabba Doo, Frozen, The Flintstones, Top Cat, Toy Story, The Simpsons, Sesame Street, all played in a jazz way. If you fancy that, Thursday the 23rd, 7:30 at Studland Village Hall, Friday the 24th at Marn Hall Village Hall at 7:30, and Saturday the 25th, 7:30 Winterbourne Stickland is where you will find them. Tickets available via Arts Reach website. Just put Arts Reach in Google and you'll get straight there. Then Battling Butlers, juggling babies, toddlers on stilts and teaching young Joey to ride his first unicycle are all part of everyday life for a single dad, Joe Butler, in this poignant family love story involving the ever-changing relationship of a father and son double act. It's a unique blend of physical theatre, circus skills, original songs and live music. Now that is Friday the 24th of March, 7:30 at Yetminster Jubilee Hall, Saturday the 25th at Child Oakford Village Hall, and right close here to us, Sunday the 26th of March, Royal Manor Theatre on Portland again. Tickets from the Arts Reach website. Now, also next Saturday, 25th of March, Weymouth Choral Society is performing a Music of Majesty concert at St Paul's Church in Abbotsbury Road. So, Mozart's Coronation Mass and a selection of choral and instrumental pieces with a royal flavour or English connection will be performed. So if that's the sort of thing that interests you, then do search for Weymouth Choral Society and you'll get to their website and details of how to get tickets. Now, other things going on. Church services in Wyke this week. Regular service at All Saints Church tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The 9:30 a.m. service is a special Mothering Sunday service, and then 11 o'clock at St Edmund's Church, Lanehouse. Of course, we have got our quiz on in, what's the time now? 6:45. So in 3/4 of an hour, our quiz will start at 7:30. The stream will go live about 20 past, so you can find it and get comfortable. So do join us. That is open to everyone. It's free. It's a community quiz, suitable for all, family friendly, Saturday evening quiz. Anybody welcome. Now, moving to traffic and travel. The train unions are still having their strikes, and there is a strike. There's been a strike today, Saturday the 18th, but there's a strike on this coming Thursday, 30th of March, and Saturday the 1st of April. So again, when these strikes are on, then there will be very few services running, and it will only be on main lines. So we find that the trains don't get too close to us when the lines are affected. So do bear that in mind if you are travelling Thursday the 30th of March and Saturday the 1st of April. Now, looking at roads, there's quite a lot of roadworks going on. There's roadworks down by the old fire station on the junction by Asda, where they're doing some drilling and the pavements are affected there. But there's going to be a Weymouth Town Centre road closed for more than 5 weeks to allow for scaffolding for a roof repair. Part of Gloucester Mews behind the seafront will be closed while scaffolding is erected and repairs are carried out to properties. It will be closed between its junction with the access to Royal Yard car park and its junction with Gloucester Street, a distance of 85 metres. The closure will take place from Monday, March the 27th and is expected to go through to Friday the 5th of May. The closure is to allow ATM scaffolding to erect scaffold for roof repairs. The alternative route, which will be signposted, is via Gloucester Mews, King Street, Commercial Road, Western Road and Park Street. Now, looking at other roadworks that are likely to cause disruption in the coming week, the roadworks continue at the junction of Lanehouse, Rocks Road and Fremantle Road. They are still ongoing. They're being managed quite well, I have to say, and they're not causing too much disruption. So long may that continue. The works on Dorchester Road by Morrison's, which should have been completed, are still ongoing. And at the moment we haven't got an end date for those. They should have been completed this week, I believe, but they are still ongoing. Also roadworks in Glennie Way, Preston Road and New Road on Portland, all possibly causing some sort of disruption. Now that brings us to the end of this week's programme. We will be back next Saturday at 6 o'clock as ever. If you have any news, any events, any fundraising activities or anything else that you would like to share with the community here in Wyke Regis, across Weymouth and Portland, South Dorset and beyond, then do drop us a line to news@wykeregis.tv. You can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we would love to hear from you. We are there for you to get your information across and to provide a service to you in your local community. So do get in touch with us. And so that brings us to the end of this week's programme. I hope you have a good weekend, or the rest of the weekend. I think the weather's going to be nice tomorrow. So for Mother's Sunday or Mothering Sunday, Mother's Day, however you refer to it, hope all the mothers out there have a good time. And we look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.